Shirt.
I love that shirt.
Me
Alright.
too. It's slimming when I suck my gut in. All right. Hey, welcome, Ordinary Faith. Chris and I thought we'd talk a little bit about the kids this time, right?
Yes, it is about the kids this time.
I thought it was last time, but it wasn't, and it was something else. And so
it was the priority last time.
I thought I'd bring on an expert when it comes to kids, particularly homeschooling kids, since everybody's homeschooling now.
Yeah.
So she's done it a day or two.
I don't know if I would say I'm an expert, but I do have a lot of experience.
Okay.
That's the thing. So
Experience.
yeah.
Okay.
So the kids are at home, and what are we going to do? And books and puzzles and games, board games. That's our go-to. But that stuff's going to get old pretty quick,
right.
And they're going to be like, we've had these toys since Christmas. We're tired of these toys.
Right.
So what are you going to do?
Take away their toys.
Oh, that was one of the ideas we had. Okay, so we're just going to share some ideas of what you can do now that the kids are at home and everybody's hanging out, and so let's have some fun, okay, right. with your kids. Okay. So, all right. So, idea number one: get out the balloons. Everybody loves balloons. Okay. And you can make up new games. Just get out the balloons. You'll be amazed at how much fun it is just to start batting around the balloons and then just make up some games. And maybe after a few minutes, somebody's accidentally gets stuck to the ceiling. They get a special prize. So just get out the balloons. You've got them.
Stick a balloon to the ceiling?
Yeah, like static. They accidentally build up static, and next thing you know, it just sticks to the ceiling. Okay. That's a surprise prize.
Maybe we could put the pictures of people on them that annoy us.
There you go.
Like Congress.
And then when you hit it, you're getting out some aggression, some energy. That's a great idea. I love it. I love it. Okay, next idea, cook up some fun. You can cook with your kids. Actually cook, teach them how to make a grilled cheese sandwich or something simple like that. Or you can make slime or Play-Doh if you have the stuff at home.
In different settings.
Yeah, don't
grilled cheese for lunch, slime and Play-Doh for the afternoon.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. So, but cook up some fun and maybe learn how to do something new. And depending on the age of your kids, you can adjust appropriately. Maybe you give them, I would say, like 10 to 12-year-olds, you could give them a list of ingredients. Like, okay, I have some pasta, some hamburger meat, some tomato sauce. What could I make out of this?
Oh, that's a life skill, man.
And then
that was the first 10 years of our marriage.
So you can make some spaghetti, so then let them, kind of lead and make the spaghetti. Okay. While you're in there, and you can kind of give them pointers and things like that. Sure.
Right, yeah. And you could get work done. I'm thinking we're going to teach the boys to split wood today.
There you go. That's a great idea.
I'm going to drink coffee.
So and then they can help you cook and prepare the meals. We still got to eat. And I'll tell you, I have made so many memories with my boys in the kitchen. And they know their way around the kitchen. Some of them like to cook more than others, but they know their way around the kitchen, and they know kind of how to use the proper tools. They used to complain about my Pampered Chef stuff, but now they all love Pampered Chef. It's a free advertisement.
Yeah, I was going to say, did we get an endorsement for that?
Yes, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Get some new Pampered Chef stuff.
Oh, man.
Indoor scavenger hunts. Now, my youngest loves scavenger hunts right now. And depending on the age of your kids, if you have preschoolers or little kids at home, you could just go on a shape scavenger hunt. Just look for all the squares in your house or a specific color. We did a scavenger hunt last week for St. Patrick's Day, and I was amazed at all the green that we found in our house. And so you could do shapes, colors, things like that. Or, Pinterest has tons of ideas for scavenger hunts. Maybe not as many for just around the house, but you could make up your own, and so that would be a lot of fun. Scavenger hunts are just a lot of fun, but go with your kids through the house and just make it fun. One time we did a scavenger hunt in our house. We were looking for 3. We were looking for things in multiples of 3. So we found a light switch that had 3 switches on it, and we labeled it with a Post-it note of 3. Wow. And we just went through the house looking for stuff in multiples of 3, and we were amazed at what we found. Right. So scavenger hunts, tons of fun. You could do a board game smash up. Okay, everybody's like, we've got these board games and we played them all or whatever. But here's where the fun comes in. You grab a couple of random board games off your shelf.
Okay. Sit
around the table and make up a new game. Doesn't everybody love to make up the rules as they go along anyways?
All Calvin and Hobbes fans do. So we're talking Calvin Ball for board games.
There you go. And it could be a lot of fun. And you might even want to take notes and get it patented someday.
Oh, you know, that's right.
The pandemic.
And don't forget to tie them.
That's right. Okay. I had another idea. You could go on we've heard of prayer walks. You could go on a prayer drive. If you're tired of just being in the house and you need some scenery, get everybody in the car and just start driving, but drive slowly. And as you're driving through your neighborhood or in town, pray for the people in the houses that you're passing by, and be observant. Teach your kids to be observant. If you see kids' toys in the yard, pray for the kids. Pray for the parents because the kids are at home. If you see a stay off the grass sign, then pray for the older grumpy people that live there. Just kidding.
You
just
assume
kidding.
stay off the grass.
Just kidding.
And for your parents are like, oh, my kids would never pray like that. You know, try. You know, they might. They might jump in. I've always been amazed because I often ask people to pray who've never prayed before aloud. And if a lot of times if you just say, you know, just pray a couple of words, one sentence, do that. And usually that is enough to open the door for someone to actually begin to develop a healthy prayer life. So this could be a great opportunity to help your kids learn how to pray in the normal, everyday world, to just pray for stuff. So that's good. I like that.
Right. And I love the idea, too, of taking the prayer drive and driving out of town just a little bit and just enjoy God's scenery, because there's something inspiring about the beauty that's around us. And we are very blessed in Wyoming that we can get out and, you know, go for a walk or go for a drive and just experience God's beauty around us.
Looking at something besides a building or a city horizon.
Right, exactly. Another idea is to work out. Get out and sweat into the oldies DVD. You know you've got one.
Another free endorsement right
or
there.
Or something. Right. You know you've got some kind of DVD.
Get a bad perm just for the experience.
Let the kids give you a perm.
Only the older people will get that one.
Yeah, they're like, what's a perm? But get out one of your workout DVDs and just have fun with the kids.
Cameron loves those. So.
Yeah, if you don't have a workout DVD, there's probably stuff online that you could use. Or, you know, you've probably taken a recent Zumba or yoga class. You could teach your kids.
Or have the youngest child make it up and everyone has to go along.
Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
It could be a lot of fun.
I love it.
And videotape and send it to me because that'll be great.
A lot of these ideas would be great if we videotape them and save them for later. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. But
all right.
Another idea is to read some poetry. And this is where one of those videotape ideas come in.
Right.
I did this several years ago. I think Kevin was like 3 at the time, and we were reading poetry together, and then I let the kids kind of pick their favorite poems, and they acted them out as I read them. Oh my goodness. We had so much fun.
We got a little drama in our family.
It was so funny and so much fun. And again, I was surprised at how they interpreted the poems. You know, I know I don't say that word right. I'm from the South. You'll have to forgive me.
Forgive her.
Another idea is to write a sketch or a skit. You know, YouTube is filled with just these little sketches, and our kids are very creative.
Might be able to pay for college if it goes well.
There you go. So have your kids write a sketch, act it out, whoever they put in it, and we're actually working on one of these ourselves. This is one of the ideas that we're doing.
Right.
And but videotape it and put it on YouTube, or just save it for future family week.
You know, but also like telling a story. You remember we've done that before, where we just like a person told a piece of the story and the next person's made up the next part, and they always get a little weird and fun, and it's even more fun with younger kids. But you know, your whole family can play along. It can be a blast.
It really is. When you get those creative juices flowing, and there's not a lot of rules to it.
Yeah,
like you can just be as silly as you want to be. It can get really fun.
Yeah.
So another idea, and this will kind of get you sweating, is to have a dance party. You know, just turn up the music, the fun music, and just everybody get up and move your body.
Yeah. And
that could be a lot of fun. You can learn a new skill.
Videotape that too.
Videotape that. I mean, have the camera ready at all times.
Maybe they should set up the camera So we will have video evidence of what has happened during this quarantine.
There you go. Dang. And it would be hilarious. Okay, learn a new skill together. YouTube is full of tutorials on how to do things. So you could learn miming. See, we've already been working on it. He needs to still work on it, but it's okay. Ballroom dancing. Hey, you can teach your kids how to dance. Yeah. They're going to need that, right?
Yes.
Puppeteering.
Okay.
If you have puppets or if you have gloves at home, you can make puppets. Oh, that's a great idea.
Make your own.
We have some little gloves.
Sock
you have those little cheap gloves.
Yeah. That's right.
You just glue on some fuzzy balls to make eyes, and they're super easy, and it's a lot of fun.
Glove puppets. Look it up.
Maybe I'll show you one. We can insert a picture here, maybe.
Okay.
Anyways, learn a new skill. You probably have an instrument around your house that nobody really plays or that not everybody plays, like the piano or a guitar or a drum of something. Have them look it up and see. Just learn part of it. Just learn a little bit of it.
Learn a tune.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get bit by the music bug, start playing, be on the worship team. Let Steve know he could use.
There you go.
He loves instrumentalists.
Yeah.
And vocalists.
So another thing you can do is teach your kids a new skill. When we're living at the speed of life,
right.
We have our kids unload the dishwasher, but have we ever really taught them the right way to load the dishwasher? Or we tell our kids, make your bed, but have we ever taken the time to really show them how to make a bed properly? So it's perfect time, right? We've got time on our hands.
Okay.
So just teach them a new skill or something that, they're age appropriate. Okay. Sure. You understand if they're a teenager, well, you might need to teach your teenager how to make their bed, even though they
teach them how to cook. That way you don't.
There you go. Anymore. Teach them how to cook.
Go make supper.
And teach them how to make a meal plan or a menu. How to go, start from, hey, I want to have this meal. Make the menu. Make the grocery list. Stuff like that. So you could teach your kids how to load the dishwasher, how to make the bed, how to do the laundry. There's a good one.
All that
those socks.
All that kind of stuff. I know parents may be going, well, I don't know if my kids want to do that stuff. But what our children need to do is they need to be part of the family.
Right.
And so by contributing to the family, that gives them a self-value. It's very, very important for them to understand that the family doesn't exist for them, but they're actually part of the family
unit.
And so all this kind of stuff can be fun if you make it fun. Of course, it won't get fun if you start raising your voice, but it can be fun. But it also it really draws the family into a team and working together and people realizing that we're part of something, not everything's for me, which is an idea that kind of flies everywhere in the world today. So
right, and I'm going to mention that a little bit more in a minute. Thank you for bringing that up because that is so true to teach your kids. They're a part of the family.
Right.
And so we all work together. And the more that we know how to work together, the more fun it is, So, so you can just teach fun skills.
Yeah.
So another idea I had is kid interviews. Oh, my goodness. I did this several years ago. I wish I had done it more often. I wish I'd have done it, every 2 or 3 years. But I think with my first 5, I think Kevin was like 3 when we did this, and I sat them all up. I arranged the chairs, sat them up like a game show or a talk show, and interviewed them. Now there's lots of ask your kids these questions, things that are going around on Facebook, and a lot of people do that with their little kids, because they do give weird answers. They think mom and dad are both 12 or whatever, they give weird answers to little kids, but don't dismiss the older kids in this.
Sure.
When I did this, if I remember correctly, my older kids were very protesting, like they did not want to do this. And I'm like, come on, it'll be fun.
Protesting? No.
And it took us a little while to get it going.
Right.
They really were had bad attitudes at first, but, we had I think it was a hairbrush that we were passing around as a microphone because I didn't want everybody talking at the same time, and I was videotaping it. But just ask them simple questions, deep questions like, what do you see your life being in 5 years or whatever. And it was very informative. It was also very fun.
Yeah.
And so I really highly suggest doing this. If you have 1 kid or 6 kids, set it up and ask them questions. You can ask one question and let everybody answer the same question, or you can ask specific people specific questions, however you want to do it. But do it and have the video rolling, because it's going to be a treasure.
You're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, you're going to learn.
And I know you're like, my kids will never do that. Well, just be patient, be calm, be a little persistent, and once they get started, they'll have fun. And so sometimes we have to help people have fun. And as a parent, that's kind of our job, helping our kids learn how to have real fun, not just be entertained by the movie or a game or whatever. Yeah,
and just one word about terminology. If you ask your kids, hey, do you guys want to do this? They're going to say no.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's not their idea. But if you say, here's something that we are going to do, and here's what we're going to do.
And you be excited about it.
And you're excited about it. And then give them a few minutes to get used to the idea.
Right. Yeah, you got to give people adjustment time.
Yeah. I have another one I'm going to share with you in a minute that they really did not want to do. And it turned out to be a lot of fun as well. But we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so where are we? Kid interviews. Do the kid interviews. You'll be glad you did. Photo albums.
What are those?
Yeah. Again, get out the photo albums. Show your kids your wedding pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about what your life was like before them.
Yeah.
Now, do this in a kind way.
Right.
Don't go, man, before you came.
I used to have freedom.
Exactly.
And money.
Exactly. Do it in a kind way, but this is, Michael hit on this a little bit earlier, but this will help that your kids realize you did have a life before they came along.
That's true.
And you did have a marriage and a relationship before God blessed you with these kids.
Right.
Now, again, do it in a kind way and help them understand you were very thankful for them and they're a blessing to you, but you do have a life apart from them. And so show them those wedding pictures. Talk about what you did before before you had children. Show them the pictures of when they were born and when their siblings were born. Again, this helps them get that background of we're a part of a whole family.
Right.
The family doesn't just revolve around me, but this is a whole unit and I'm a part of this. And it actually will give them a better perspective as far as how we work together,
Right.
Does that make sense?
And you can plant seeds like, and one day you'll move on.
Yes. Yes, there was life before you and there will be marriage after you. So Michael's really good. As soon as they're born, he's talking to them in their baby bed like,
have you thought about your career?
And move out. We only had you for a certain amount of years.
Clock's ticking.
Have you picked your college yet?
We're not kidding. Don't worry.
We're not kidding. We're not kidding. Okay. Anyways, moving right along. Okay, movie themes. Now, everybody's like, well, they can watch a movie. Just let them watch a movie. And or we even watch movies as a family. But I would encourage you can use this as an opportunity to teach your kids that everything they read or everything they watch had a writer or had a creator. And so what was this person trying, what kind of message were they trying to get across?
Right.
Okay. And it could be a simple message as family is more important than friends or things like that. And we did this one summer with all of the summer movies. As soon as we watched a summer movie, on the way home, we talked about what was the theme or what was the moral of the story, what was the director and the writer, what were they trying to teach us?
Right.
And it will help your kids to think more, a little bit deeper past just the entertainment value of a movie and what am I learning from this, and it helps us to kind of scrutinize those messages and go, well, is that something I really want to take on as my own, and believe? And so, if you're going to watch a movie together, put on the jammies and pop the popcorn, but tell your kids ahead of time, hey, we're going to talk about this afterwards, and we're going to talk about, you can, depending, again, age appropriate, you can ask your kids, what do you think he meant? We did this just recently. We watched, we went to the movie and saw Call of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then we went out to Applebee's. Yeah, we went out to Applebee's for appetizers after, and Michael led a discussion with our boys about that movie. It was a really good boy movie, I think. And so do that. Look for the themes.
This is going to help your kids develop some critical thinking skills. that's very important to them. And so, entertainment isn't just about escaping. It's also about teaching. Everything teaches. And so you're just teaching your children how to see the lessons that are being taught and to find the good ones and discard the not so good ones. Sometimes movies have messages that are not true and not good. And so you're just teaching them to think about what they're experiencing in life and develop maturity because of that. So these things are great things to do. A lot of fun, but also, fun often has a dual purpose. It also teaches. The best instruction and education is usually fun in the process.
Right. Very good. Okay, another idea I have is personality posters. And if you have magazines, which again, what are those? But if you happen to have magazines around your house or anything that has pictures, you
could make them on a computer. They could make posters on the computer.
There you go.
You could get pictures off the line.
There you go. So just have your kids, give them a piece of poster board or a large piece of paper or whatever you have. You got wax paper, butcher paper, whatever you can find that you can make a poster out of. And let them cut out pictures that kind of show their personality. And I have a sample of this. I don't know if we can insert a picture, but just anything that is like what they do now or things that they would like to do or just anything that represents who they are as a person and make a poster. And then when everybody's finished, each person has to show it to the family and present it. Like, why is this here? When we did this, Cayman was 4, I think, and one of the pictures that we put on there was Sharpies, And the reason we did that was because just recently he had Sharpied our dog. And we were not really sure how he did that, but the dog just, I guess, let him.
In different colors.
He just showed up and he had Sharpie all over his face.
It was like Wizard of Oz, but there was no wizard and no Oz.
So,
just a colorful animal.
Just came in and a Sharpie dog. So, anyways, have some fun with that. And then let your kids present. Again, you may learn some things. You may find out that they're interested in something like photography or dance or clowning or whatever that you didn't know, but because they came across this picture in this magazine, they put it on their poster. So that's a good activity.
Yeah, good deal.
All right, I have a couple that are just real quick. Crab soccer. I don't know if you've ever.
I'm crabby when I play.
If you've ever played crab soccer, but if you have a ball, if you have several kids in your house, everybody has to sit on their seat. They have to sit on the floor, probably, and hands under their seat, okay? Yeah. Hands under your bottom. You can only kick the ball with your feet. And if it goes out this way, the team on that side gets a point. Or if it goes out that way, the team on this side gets a point or whatever. But they're moving. You got to be careful because that soccer ball may go flying. So you might want to choose carefully where you do
fine
this.
China. Glass stuff on the walls.
Exactly. But it's a game that you could play, and they're not moving and running. I mean, they're moving their feet, but they're not up and running. So you could do that. You could play I Spy. Obviously, that's an easy one. Word games, alphabet games. You could do I Spy based on the ABCs and things like that. So simple science experiments. There's all kinds of stuff online.
That volcano you made in 8th grade.
Yeah, and you have vinegar and baking soda, whatever it is.
Right.
You have those at home. So hey, make a volcano. Your kids will love that. But there's lots of fun science experiments that you can do at home and learn from that. So
it's true.
Thank you notes. This is a great time to talk about gratitude.
Yeah.
And talk about the things we're thankful for. And
they might actually start missing their teachers now. It's possible.
There's an old song that says it's amazing what praising can do.
Yeah.
And so, sit around and have a conversation about what do we have to be thankful for, because we are very, very blessed. And then what can we do about that? Right. Instead of just acknowledging it and maybe, thanking God for our blessings, but also to teach your kids how to write a proper thank you note.
Yeah.
Hey, this is almost a lost skill.
An important life
these
skill.
days. It is. Right. And, you can thank people. It doesn't have to be like they gave me a big birthday gift.
Right.
It could be like my mailman delivers my mail every day. And man, I see him out in the snow and the rain, and I'm thankful for him, And or it could be, I'm thankful for just being able to spend time with somebody or whatever. But just think about and be thankful.
Right.
And teach your kids to write a proper thank you note. A proper thank you note, if you don't know, includes what you're thankful for. And, it doesn't have to be long, but it just needs to be brief and specific. And I'm thankful and I appreciate.
That's right.
And yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. So, here's an idea. You could encourage your kids to think about their siblings. What is something that your brother has done?
Oh, no, that's
recently?
a little crazy.
Because what it's really fun is to write notes and deliver them in the house.
Oh.
Slide them under the bedroom door or put them on the pillow or whatever. And so you could keep it right in the house and really foster some gratitude.
Sure, man.
And
talk about elevating the atmosphere of your home. That would definitely do it. Gratitude is powerful.
Right.
I like it.
There you go. All right. So obviously you can build a fort
out of toilet paper. Just kidding.
You can have you can have a pillow fight. Things like that. This is one of the ideas that one of my teenagers gave me. You could have a blindfolded hide and seek game where the person that's is blindfolded and they have a Nerf gun. Everybody else has to hide.
I like it.
And so it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's going to be because they have a gun, and if they hear or suspect that somebody's hiding right there, which might be in plain sight, except they have a blindfold on, they can shoot that person. And so it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's going to be a little bit calmer than just running and hiding. Does that make sense? So yeah, blindfold. You got a Nerf gun. Man. You actually might have a whole container. If I get blindfold
though, I'm taking a nap. It's gonna be a long game.
There's another exercise you can do to foster gratitude. Dad take a nap. To foster gratitude, you can blindfold somebody, and lead them around the house, and you lead them. Don't run them into the wall, because I did that once, and it really upset my child. I really didn't mean to, but it did. But I did. But blindfold somebody, and then guide them and see if they can brush their teeth while they're blindfolded, or take them to the sink and say, can you get a drink of water? The cupboard is up to the left, and give them some instructions and be there. Instruct the person that's blindfolded to hug somebody. It is very powerful when you don't have your sight. Everything else, kind of is heightened. You can hear things. And, the best hug I've ever gotten, I was blindfolded when I got that hug. It was amazing. So yeah, there's another idea. We didn't even have that written down. But,
that's good.
So blindfold hide and seek with the Nerf gun. That's a lot of fun. Hey, Nerf Wars. If you have a whole container of Nerf guns like we do.
Well, guns, yes. Ammo, no.
Well, we have ammo too now because we bought a bunch. But if you have a whole bunch of Nerf guns around, have a Nerf war.
Okay.
But get Dad involved, because what happens is it sounds like the house is going to fall down. And if Dad's involved in it, he's the one making the house sound like it's going to fall down. He's going to be okay. But if he's not involved in it and the house sounds like it's falling down, he's going to get upset.
Grumpy. Okay. That's the word. But dads get grumpy anyway. It's kind of what we do.
You just want to get Dad involved because it's a lot of fun anyways.
Yeah.
But Nerf Wars. Another idea, and this is one of those that my kids did not want to do. They protested. We did it with teenagers down to probably a 4 or 5 or 6 year old, and there was like 6 boys at the time. And I told them all one night, we're going to do a photo shoot. Everybody go put on your pajamas. And, teenage boys, they don't really wear pajamas, but I'm like, you better go put on something because we're about to take some pictures. So I spread a quilt out on the living room floor and had everybody go put on their pajamas. And we just hung out, and I took pictures. And it was very awkward at first. And I've not really shown those pictures to anybody, but we had a great time. Michael wasn't involved. I don't think you were there, but
no,
we had a lot of fun. They did not want to do it, but you don't have to do pajamas. You can do any kind of fun photo
dress up, costumes.
We did a couple of years ago. I had when Michael used to be a restaurant manager at McDonald's. We put 2 of the boys who were little at the time in his uniforms, and he's a heavy coffee drinker, so they were holding his coffee thermos and coffee. They had a lot of fun just kind of imitating Dad, and Mom took pictures of that. That was a Father's Day.
She made a mouse pad out of it. I still have it.
Yeah, it was a Father's Day gift that we made. But so you can do different things, different kinds of fun photo shoots. Get out the dress up clothes, or let the kids dress up like the parents, or whatever, and then take silly pictures. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Main thing is to just try some things and invite the family in. kind of, don't make them, but be like, we're going to do this. It's going to be fun, and be excited about it. Get the family involved, and it's going to do a lot of things for your family. It's going to build family unity, build the family team, so to speak. So there's some encouraging things that can do some positive things. So,
right.
And I appreciate you for being the fun person in the house.
Thanks
I'm the grumpy one. She's the fun one. So,
and one thing we found that when you have some structured, here's what we're going to do time, then the kids are more creative when it's the free time, whenever they just had that unstructured time. If it might just be that they're avoiding mom and they're like, if we go in there, she's going to have some other zany thing for us to do. Mm-hmm. Or it might be that, now they have some freedom and they're just a little bit more creative when they've had some structured, let's all do this together time. So it has a lot of good positives to it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you made it all the way through. Thank you, Kristi, for filling us in on some of the wonderful things you know. And you guys take care of your families, and stay strong.
Enjoy those babies.
And the teenagers.
And the teenagers.